So another YouTube Rewind video has come out and there is some sort of controversy around it. I don't think controversy would be the right term to use anymore. I think it's just a place where people's frustration and hate gets kind of piled on to this Rewind video that they like to do. So they've been kind of mixed responses over the years, but then last year it was so tone deaf to what a lot of people felt were the real things happening on YouTube. They kind of aggravated a lot of people and ended up creating the most disliked video of all time on YouTube's own platform. However, I think what the YouTube Rewind really represents is a shift in attitude towards what YouTube is, as over the years, more ad apocalypses, legislation threatening the site, things that they're doing with algorithms affecting creators, and copper being the latest thing, for example. Time and time again, YouTube keeps getting painted in a really negative light. If they deserve that or not, it's a big and complicated discussion, that's for sure, with many different points. So I feel like now the Rewind is kind of the place where people get this opportunity to direct their frustrations with what's happening on the platform, how creators are being affected a lot of the time. And so this new one has come out where I watched it and I just thought that was kind of alright. Like, there's nothing wrong with it for me. What they've essentially done is roll back the whole let's get a load of creators together and create a video where we sort of go around and, you know, point out things that have happened on YouTube and put all these faces that people will know in it. And they've just basically made a 10 top list, and did I just say a 10 top list? A top 10 list of many different categories to include as many different creators as they could into this Rewind. So this one has a better like to dislike ratio. It's gotten 2.2 million dislikes and 1.1 likes at the time that I'm looking at this. I'm guessing this thing is probably not going to attract as much attention as last year's did, and it's not as bad of a ratio, but it kind of shows that energy to, you know, put some anger towards YouTube seems to manifest around their Rewind, because there really is nothing wrong with this video. It's literally just a bunch of top 10s where they've tried to make as many categories to highlight all the big things that are happening on YouTube, where all the attention is going to. I also noticed that there was this @ feature inside of the description box where they tagged every creator with an @. I don't know if that's a new feature they've added, but I wasn't aware you could do that inside of a description box. So I'm going to probably try that and see if I can tag another channel on my own, but I'm getting a little bit off topic here. So the dislike meter is one thing, but if you go down into the comments, what you'll find is a vocal minority. And I say vocal minority because there are far less comments than there are views. And most of these are just meme-y kind of jokes, but they really kind of get across the point that now this has been a place to aim your attention and aggravation at YouTube. So I'm going to read out a couple of these. 2 million dislikes in just 8 hours, never done before. There are a lot of statements like that that go around. I don't actually know what the fastest amount of dislikes is. I wouldn't be surprised if it were true though, because it took last year's a bit of momentum to kind of, you know, first it was there for a while, then the dislikes started to grow, and then it kind of snowballed with everyone piling on like, yeah, we're angry at YouTube and we're going to go dislike the video that they made. So maybe 2 million in 8 hours is actually a record, but only YouTube would know, and I don't know if they're going to tell us or not. YouTube is like that one teacher who tries to act cool but fails miserably. Imagine a YouTuber, I think, thinking about YouTube Rewind, and someone says, let's go with a Watch Mojo video, and everyone just agreed. The people, we want a better YouTube Rewind. YouTube puts random clips of YouTubers together and calls it a day. 2018, worst YouTube Rewind. 2019, no budget YouTube Rewind. Everyone is just piling in to make jokes, but this one I thought was really actually quite smart. At least the last one was entertaining to make fun of. You went with a safety that was extremely boring. And yeah, if we'd have had something that was a calamity again, it would have given us something to talk about. The reality is the video itself is just not the talking point. It's how people are responding to it. So basically, YouTube are in a situation where they can't win. I think next year's Rewind will basically be determined by if they can change the tone and the atmosphere on YouTube. If they can start making algorithm changes and make copper work in a way where all of a sudden creators are saying, hey, look, YouTube helped me with this, they did some good, and they start to mend those divides, then if the atmosphere turns on YouTube a little bit, you know, when the Rewind comes around, people ain't going to be looking to hate. But the reality is, nothing wrong with this Rewind at all. Nothing wrong with doing this top 10 list. It's very just safe and straightforward. And I think that's absolutely fine for YouTube to do that if they want. What's just interesting is how people respond to it, because the content itself isn't the problem. I think it's the environment of YouTube and how it has been soured with all the changes over the years. So that's my take on the Rewind this year. That's it. Thanks for watching.